Okay. Alright. There we go. Okay. Here we go. There's also the zoo. So I think we're either visiting Barry or the suspects. And I got a vote for Barry. And I guess I should have put up a straw poll. Oh, I also said I was going to post the link again. Link is posted in chat. I'm also curious about the cart. Like that's maybe like a strong number 3 on my list. But I do think that Barry and the suspects are worth visiting. So I'm trying to remember, what was the name of the hospital that he said? I'll probably remember when I look up hospitals. St. Thomas, 29 Southeast. Hi Badger. Thanks everybody for being here, helping us solve mysteries. So, St. Thomas, 29 Southeast. That's where Barry is. Let's go there. 29 Southeast. We are walking down the long, whitewashed corridor of St. Thomas, looking for room 214. Our request for help from one of the white-clad nurses evokes an expression of disgust. You will find Mr. O'Neill in the first room around the corner. Him and that savage of his. Wow, okay, wow. It's a disgrace. Some night he'll go on a rampage and kill us all. With that outburst over, she throws a quick glance over her shoulder and hurries down the hall. The first door turns out to be 214, and our knock gains us entrance. In the bed lies a man with both legs in casts and hanging in traction. Well, damn, okay. O'Neill I had been harboring some sort of like theory that maybe he wasn't really as injured as he appeared, and O'Neill pushes himself up so he can see over his casts. His small eyes look us over for a moment. Then he turns his head towards an alcove to his right and says something that sounds like Mabudo Madawa Ka Saki Donwa. This incantation brings forth a small black man, barefooted and shirtless. His thick, black, curly hair is topped with a headdress of bones and feathers. He fixes his large eyes upon us, and as his hand reaches for a wooden tube tucked into his belt, his body ready to spring. Okay. Mr. O'Neill, could we talk with you for a moment about your lions? We are investigating their murder. Mabudo Sakawamo. This command relaxes the black man as he squats next to O'Neill's bed, but his eyes never leave us. You are from the police? No, but we would like to ask you a few questions. Those were your lions that were murdered, were they not? So I have been told, but as you can see, I am in no shape to go look at them. I don't know anything about it. I don't even know where they are. Well, nobody knows where they are. Do you know why anyone would want to murder your lions? Look, I've told you I don't know anything. Now, if you're not from the police, get out and leave me alone. Mabudo sa nawal. Well, if you don't wish our help, Mr. O'Neill, we'll just wish you a good day, says Wiggins as we back out the door. Okay. Yes, this is a case about some murdered lions, and it is very sad. And there is a note document here. So, Okay. There is also a murdered human. It's unclear whether that is related. But we could find out. We could find out more. We could go visit the suspects. I mean, the only thing that I really got out of that was O'Neill is uncooperative. Mabudo is sometimes barefoot. And so either he made the barefoot tracks in the park, or possibly somebody who was trying to impersonate him made barefoot tracks in the park. Gosh, it sure does seem like there's no way O'Neill left this hospital at any point. But that's not 100%. I mean, if you were... Well, no, I mean, like, they probably wouldn't put him in casts unless he was definitely for sure had all of his legs broke. So, okay. Alright, okay. Let's go visit the suspects. They are at Old Bailey, which... Gosh, I think is 36 EC, but I am going to look it up just in case. Old Bailey, 36 EC. Okay. Let's do that. We're investigating a lot of locations, but I feel like you know what? That's how we do. 36 EC. EC. Here we go. At the criminal court, Old Bailey, Edward Hall gives us the facts of the case of the mysterious death. The victim, Stephen Dirk, was seen in the... Oh shit, I forgot we had his name. We did have his name, right? That's not the first... I know that I heard another Dirk earlier. That's his name, right? Was that in the newspaper? Oh no, Durkin Tropper. I'm thinking Durkin Tropper. That's just a coincidentally similar name? That's super weird. Okay, well, okay. The victim, Stephen Dirk, was seen in the company of Sylvia Carpenter, Marcy Edwards, and Collier Eddy at the Red Boar Inn. Dirk's body was found several blocks away only 20 minutes after the four of them left the Red Boar together. It was a simple matter for the police to identify the other three and apprehend them. Hall arranges an interview with each. Sylvia Carpenter is a petite woman, barely 20 years old, and very vibrant. The ravages of her illicit profession have not yet begun to take their toll. Damn. Judgmental. He just dropped dead, he did. It's literally written like this, so I have no choice. The game gives me no choice but to speak in a Cockney accent. He just dropped dead, he did. I done nothing to him. I swear I never. Wow, that's you're gonna get more of that, maybe? Did you know the man? Never seen him before. Marcy and me was resting like when first the one fellow comes up to us and offers to buy us a pint. Collie, he says his name is. I seen him around, but I don't know him. We was sitting there discussing this and that, and he took a fancy to me. And the other fella, the sailor, comes up and he says he'd like to join us. Us been 2 women to 1 man, and a man short like. She goes on to tell us that thank fucking God, yes, narration. She goes on to tell us that the 4 of them decided they would make a party of it back at Marcy Edwards' place. They left the Red Boar, and on the way, Stephen Dirk, who seemed very drunk, suddenly had trouble catching his breath. He gasped and fell over. Collie leaned over and said he was dead. I didn't know what to do, so I run. You didn't notify the authorities? No, she says, surprised that we would suggest it. Our next visit was with Marcy Edwards. She's the total opposite of Sylvia, cold and hard. She is a woman of the world who is more than a little weary of it. The coppers got the wrong person, but that ain't unusual, is it? Her description of the events is essentially the same as Sylvia's. Sylvia had her men and her fee. I didn't have nothing, so I bent down and took what was mine. The exact amount, no more. Collie took the rest, the earring too. Collier Eddie is, in fact, a short man, but his broad shoulders and muscular arms give the impression that he is much larger. I was out for a little fun is all. I never seen the bloke before, and I had no cause arm him. The police seemed to think his money and gold earring were cause enough. I took the opportunity as it came is all, but I didn't murder him for it. Borsty, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. Love back to Germany. That's wonderful. That's very, very nice. Okay. Well. So it seems like maybe he was poisoned in the tavern. We could go to the tavern and be like, hey, anybody poison this dude? And maybe somebody will just be like, yeah, it was me. Like, that would be pretty rad, actually. Like, that would be cool. So we could go to, this is all. We could go to, oh God, not the accent, is exactly correct. That's the proper response. So Collier, so these, all 4 of them just met, well, I guess Sylvia and Marcy knew each other. And then these 2 dudes come up and meet up with them and go off with them. And one of them drops dead and the other one robs him. But it sure sounds like maybe none of the 3 of them had anything to do with it. Yeah. We're certainly not completely out of options. We always have, actually, no, that's a good point. So we've got a criminologist who analyzes items and substances and maybe would be able to tell us something about the poison. We've got... obviously the stables. We've also got various libraries and archives, and journalists of all stripes, and contacts within various levels of underground information networks. And we can also go talk to Sherlock Holmes, but we're not going to do that because that'd be like we're too good for that. We don't have a sample of the poison, but I don't know what kind of examination of the body. There's not really any forensic investigation, is there, in 1888? Could we I don't know. Could we just could they have taken a sample of his blood maybe or something like that? Yeah, so okay. Creative Beast is voicing a thing that I had been thinking about too. The dude who got murdered is a sailor, and the circus just came in on a ship. Is it possible that there's a connection between the sailor and the circus and the lions? Oh shit, Stephen was a first officer for Aberdeen Shipping. Oh, jet lag, you are paying attention. That is good. Okay. I mean, this all seems good. So Red Boar Inn is a place where we could go. We could go to the stable. Stable seems. I mean, it's weird. I don't have any really good reason to go to the stable, except. That's good, Zyvo. Except that, maybe that will be a lead on where the lions are. Which I don't know why we care about, except undoubtedly it will be a question at the end of where did the lions go. Stephen Dirk is in the directory. 11 Southeast. I wonder what we will find there. Do you want to go? I kind of want to go. I kind of want to go to 11 Southeast. Let's do it. Let's go to Stephen Dirk's house and just see. I don't know. Maybe we can break in. 11. What did I say? 11 Southeast. Southeast. Okay. We find Stephen Dirk's flat in shambles. Oh shit. Furniture is overturned. Dresser drawers are emptied, and Dirk's belongings are strewn all over the place. The landlady is appalled at the state of the room and hurries away to find a constable. As we sort through the mess, Wiggins shows us a broken model of a sailing ship. Now I see how they get them into the bottle. The masts are on hinges. They're laid back against the hull, and a string is attached to the top of them. That way the ship fits easily through the neck. Once inside, the string is pulled back and the mast and the sails are raised. What's this? That was weird. That was weird that there's just an explanation of how ships and bottles work in the middle of this. From the hold of the model ship, Wiggins draws forth a piece of paper. It's a bill of lading for a shipment of horse collars sent aboard the SS True Heart. It's signed Wallace Sharp, Captain. Undersigned by Byers Eason. Nothing strange about that, except where you found it. I don't know. Look where those horse collars were shipped from and their destination. He offers the paper and we read, point of origin, Shantung, destination, Liverpool. Well, what the hell does that mean? Where's Shantung? Does anybody know Shantung? Shantung. Weird. Okay, so the bill of lading for horse collars sent aboard the SS True Heart. It's signed Wallace Sharp, Captain. Undersigned Byers Eason. Comes from Shantung, destination Liverpool. Wait, Jetlag, what? Explain that. Whose name was Lyons? The victim? Because in our newspaper, he's not actually named. In the newspaper that I have, here at least, it says mysterious murder. The body of a man. That's all it says. A sailor supposed to be the captain of a sailing ship. Interesting. Okay. So there's just like more confusing Lions references to make everything more confusing, I guess. Lots of names that we can investigate. So that's good. The Waller Sharp, potentially, or Byers Eason. We could go to the docks and try to find the SS True Heart. I don't think anybody has said anything about the names of any ships so far, so I don't know that there's a connection to be made there. So, okay, what do we got? Suspects didn't really lead to much. This is the most interesting thing that we found so far. I have no idea what to make of these horse collars. Smuggling of some sort seems like drug smuggling. I kind of want to talk to the criminologist and see if he can tell us, like, what it seems like Stephen Dirk was poisoned with, maybe? Shandong is in East China. So, oh, do I have the rough draft print of the game? I have the one that contains errata. I've only had this for a couple of years. Like, it's not an original copy, but I don't know when they did reprinting or when they have done reprinting. Oh yes, and the cart. The cart seems like it is potentially useful if only because of the cart thing, but also like the stables are supposed to be a place where we can get information about things. So that seems worth doing. I guess investigating, like, okay, so the real case here, like, nobody really cares about the lions, except that obviously that's going to be, well, I don't know. It seems like nobody really cares about the lions. I care about the lions, but like the London police don't. The real case is Stephen Dirk, who was murdered by somebody with poison, who came to his apartment looking for something. Possibly it was this bill of lading. It has something to do with goods that were smuggled one way or another from China. We should investigate more into the process of making a ship in a bottle. That's good. Okay, so care about Stephen Dirk. Could go follow up the leads on the bill of lading, since obviously those people would know what the hell is going on and might have some motive to want either Stephen Dirk dead or to toss his apartment. I think we should do that and keep the stables in our back pocket. I'm gonna say let's do that. So those names were Sharp, Captain Sharp. Sharp. Wallace Sharp. 32 Southeast. 32 Southeast. Let's do that. Southeast. Captain Wallace Sharp's home is cluttered with objects indicative of his many South Seas voyages. Most disturbing of all is a shrunken head which dangles from a piece of carved and painted wood. "Witch doctor gave me that," he states proudly. "Captain Sharp, did you know Stephen Dirk well?" "Hardly at all, really. Fact is, we don't get on too well. He was caught dipping into the till, you might say. And Aberdeen's fired him. Haven't seen him at all since. That is, until I ran into him at the Red Boar." "Oh, you had a drink with him then?" "Yes, that's right." "Did he say anything to you about getting a new ship?" "Oh shit, that's something." "Not a word. I wouldn't have believed him if he had. There was no possibility of Aberdeen's taking him on again. I thought he was down on his luck, and I stood him a drink. Then I left." So, well, maybe we should go to the tavern. Maybe we should go to the Red Boar. Or maybe we have now gotten literally all of the information we could possibly get from the Red Boar. It is a little frustrating. I'm amazed at how skillfully this game avoids more of this kind of thing. But I really want to confront Captain Sharp with the bill of lading that has his signature on it. But I can't do that because the game has no way of knowing whether or not I've seen that. Okay, so Red Boar. I don't know about this other guy. So the other guy is Byers Eason. Byers Eason undersigned it. Well, no, I guess he would know what the hell's going on. Okay. Red Boar, Byers Eason, Stables, Aberdeen, Criminologist. Those seem like our realistic options. Who's Bilbo? I don't remember who Bilbo is. Is Bilbo actually a person? Bilbo the taxidermist. Okay, no, that's... Okay. Oh, sweet. Bilbo Underhill, taxidermist of game, big and small, according to our newspaper. Bilbo Underhill, huh? Huh? Bilbo Underhill has an address. I mean, that's pretty funny. Porky Shinewell. Which one's Porky? Owner of the Raven and Rat Tavern. Source of information on all illegal affairs and criminals. That's actually a good point. Now that this has turned into a smuggling operation, that might be a really good place to go. Okay. Underworld, the criminal underworld. Rumors from the criminal underworld might know where the lions' bodies went only if they were actually, like, stolen. I mean, so far we don't know where they are because literally nobody cares. Not because there's obviously something suspicious. Now, the fact that nobody cares so hard leads me to suspect that there is something suspicious. But I don't know that it was criminal. Or I don't know that we'll find out about it from the criminal underworld. Okay, non-Bilbo preferences. Red Boar. I definitely don't remember the order. I definitely don't even remember the things that I said. Red Boar, Bernard Easley, Byers Eason, the Stable, the Criminologist, the tavern. No, I said Red Boar. So the Porky Shinewell, criminal underworldologist. This is tough. Like, I want to go to the criminologist, but I don't know if it's that useful. Oh, Aberdeen was the other thing that we could do. Okay, let's go to Porky. Let's go talk to Porky. No, let's go to the stables. We've been talking about going to the stables since location number 2. Let's go to the stables. Let's just go to the stables. Which I believe is the Central Carriage Stables, but let me double check that. 13 Southwest. Central Carriage Stables, yes. So, Central Carriage Stables are 5 West Central. 5 West Central. This is a really short one. The dispatcher at the Central Carriages stable directs us to the wagon. It is, in actuality, a large cage on wheels. Oh, like a circus cage. They've been calling it wagon. Okay. The wood facade that surrounds it is painted in shades of green to suggest jungle flora. The cage door is wide open, the large padlock sprung and dangling in the ring bolt. We notice smears of dried blood on the stairs fastened to the bed. Fastened to the bed under the back door. We climb into the cage and see more blood staining the floor. In one corner lay what appeared to be 2 large leather collars. Attached to each is a leather pouch. Both are ripped open and empty. Chinese collars? Yeah, horse collars? Seems like. I mean, maybe lion collars. I don't know that lion collars exist, though. Because, like, lions in a zoo don't wear collars. Lions in the circus maybe wear collars when they're not on stage, but I think when they're not on stage, they're in a cage, so I don't know why they would wear collars. And when they are on stage, they definitely don't wear collars because they have manes, like, and that's, people want to see their manes. So if you ride lions, you want a collar. That's true. That's a good point. That's a good point. Anybody know what the symptoms of opium overdose are? Do they involve blue fingernails and lips? Was it blue lips and fingernails? The main symptom is death. Okay. Fair. I mean, Jesus, I don't know who did it, but I feel like Dirk was involved in smuggling opium into England. Could the lions have gotten into the opium? This is just fucking crazy, okay? Could the lions have gotten into the opium and eaten it all and died, and then they shot them in order to hide the fact that they had eaten a bunch of opium? Like, is that a thing? Is that possible? You gotta move opium in bulk, so it's not gonna be smuggled in inside of horse collars, probably. Where did we get the idea of opium? Well, they're smuggling something in from China, and it could just be extremely high quality custom horse collars that they don't want to pay tariffs on. Like, that's possible, but it seems unlikely. It seems more likely that it's like drugs or something like that, in which case opium seems like a likely suspect. But it's not necessarily opium. Could be some other illegal substance found in China and demanded in England. Don't know. Do not know. Why were the lions wearing those collars? Were they? Were the lions wearing collars? Barry was definitely in on it. Oh, Zyvo has a really good idea. Okay. Zyvo has an interesting idea. So maybe it's not drugs. Maybe it's something more valuable. Maybe it's something more valuable and rarer. Like, I don't know. I was going to say diamonds. But, like, maybe it's something... I have no idea. I have literally no idea. But if you wanted to smuggle something into England, here's a way that you could do it. You purchase for yourself a pair of custom collars designed for lions that can carry the thing that you want to smuggle. And then you hire a person who owns a pair of lions and has owned them since they were born, and is therefore the only person who is able to approach them without getting his head bit off. And then who is going to inspect your lion collars, huh? Nobody. Nobody's going to inspect those lion collars. Nobody is going to find your little bag of diamonds because, because lions. Interesting. Why were the lions left on the scene but not the collars? Wait, no. No. I think everything was left at the scenes. Here's what happened. I have no clue how the lions got out of the circus. Like, that's crazy talk. Somehow, somebody... Okay, I mean, this is the craziest fucking plan ever. You injure the lion trainer so that he is not actively guarding his lions because he's in the hospital. And then you sneak into the circus and you steal the lions. And then you take them to a park on the other side of town, let me just say, presumably because you don't want anybody to see or hear you. But also, how did you get the lions there? I mean, you just, like, you took the lions through the streets, and then you shoot the lions so that they're dead. And then you take their collars off, remove the valuable items from the collars, and then discard the collars because they're of no use to you now. Lion burgers is, lion burgers. The lions were just in the cart, shot dead. So they took the whole cart. Yeah. I mean, they didn't let the lions out at any point. They brought the cart somehow out of the circus to a park, shot the lions that were inside, then went inside and took their collars. Poor lions, 100% yes. Like, definitely poor lions. There's no... I mean, this is just poor lions all over the place. Okay. But I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you... Okay, so let's say that you can steal the lions from the circus because their owner is not there protecting them. It's a little iffy, but okay. Then you have to transport the lions in their lion cage all the way across town to a park. I mean, maybe you could kill them first so that at least they don't, like, roar or anything, but regardless, you have a lion cage containing some form of lion just going down the streets of London. Like, that's weird. Seems weird. Did the newspaper say anything about missing items? That's a good question. Let's look at the newspaper. You can follow along at home if you would like. Missing items does seem like the kind of thing that these newspapers would report on. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's read the personal section. No. Here it is. Parks not. You promised, on your honor, to communicate in August. Why find me out to torture me thus? Trusting you, as you asked, I have made engagements I cannot fulfill. Mind and body, I am seriously ill, so I deserve all this from you? Anyhow, tell me the worst. Suspense is torture, and not like you. Metro Gibbons, your mother is ill. Written to Carlton twice. JG. Amateur Golf Championship. The Amateur Championship Gold competition, open to members of any golf club, will be held at St. Andrews commencing September 21st. William Richmond Piddington, late of Sydney, in New South Wales, bachelor, deceased, heirs and next of kin of the above, who arrived in New South Wales 30 years ago and whose sister Rebecca Piddington resided several years ago at 16 Strand, London, WC, are requested to communicate with the undersigned at once. Dean and Dean, solicitors of the estate... Wait, does undersigned mean something different in 1888 than it does today? Today, when I read undersigned, I interpret that as somebody is guaranteeing an investment of some sort. So, like, if you undersign a loan, then you are guaranteeing repayment of the loan if the person that the loan goes to defaults. But in this article here, it appears to mean literally the person who signed below. Like, this is not this. This is just. I mean, this is just like the people who signed it. Zyvo? Zyvo? Is there something in the previous newspaper? Okay, wait. We're gonna come back to that. We're gonna come back to that. Huck thinks I'm confusing co-signing and endorsement with undersigning. I mean, definitely, like, co-sign... Like, we use the word co-sign. Like, you co-sign, like, a rental agreement or something. Hold on. I gotta look. Undersign. This is potentially important. Well, shit. Huh, okay. Okay, alright. I guess I am... Oh, you know what I am? You know what I'm confusing it with? I'm confusing it with underwrite. Underwrite. Okay, here we go. Underwrite, this is just for my pride. Underwrite is to sign and accept liability under, for example, an insurance policy, just thus guaranteeing payment in case of loss or damage. So underwriting is what I was describing. Undersigning is not a word that I have ever heard before, but apparently it means the author of the letter who has signed below, right? This is significant because where did I see undersign? Oh, because it was in here somewhere. It was at Dirk's apartment, which was 11 Southeast. So 11 Southeast. Okay, it's a bill of lading for a shipment of horse collars sent aboard the SS True Heart. It's signed Wallace Sharp, Captain, undersigned by Byers Eason. I thought that meant underwritten, which actually would have been really significant, I guess. It was signed by Captain Sharp and undersigned by Byers Eason, so just like both of them are signatories on it. Alright, let's look at what Zyvo is talking about. So, Zyvo is very excited about the July paper. Okay, alright. I'm just gonna verify this rule, but I believe that it is correct because the intention is that we play this game in order. Yeah, here we go. For each case, you will have the daily newspaper available to you, as well as all newspapers which were printed in previous days. So the July newspaper is fair game. We have not looked at it. But Zyvo has, and Zyvo got real excited. Australia. Hold on, friends. Actually, no, wait. It's been... God damn it, I keep losing track of time. Let's take another little break and then come back and do another session of this and probably finish it. Probably one way or another. So we will be right back.